Let's get to it. Mm-hmm. Yo, listen. It's been epic with hip hop. Who say you? What's your take on Kendrick and Drake battle?
The culture wins. Nah.
Let's go. Let's go.
So, I mean, let's really unpack this.
Yes, please.
There's so many angles we can reach. So, first and foremost, Drake versus Kendrick, right? Subliminal shots are fired for years. Like, this is a decade in the making. It's also important to recognize that we are in a completely different media climate than hip hop culture has ever been in for this kind of beef to take place. The last time we had energy like this, I would argue on the smaller scale, Beanie and Jada. On the larger scale, Tupac and Biggie. In terms of media coverage and the culture waiting for what's going on, right? Because we get jabs, everybody's passive aggressive, nobody want to stand on business.
Right.
And Kendrick is a sleeping giant.
Thank
you. No one saw this Like That record coming, and it's a bop, and he's bringing smoke. So now we looking at the boy like, yo, what you gonna do?
That bar he said when he got at Drake about always going to Atlanta when you're low. The fucking yo, you're not a colleague. You're not a carnivore. Colonizer.
So
what?
In terms of my personal preference, like I'm a fan of both of them. Like a hardcore fan of Drake. I'm a hardcore fan of Kendrick.
Right.
I identify with both of them in different ways for different reasons. I go to LA a lot, so I know what it is to be in LA and hear a Kendrick record and see what the energy is looking like.
Right.
I'm in the Bay and I see what the energy is when Kendrick has a bop or anybody from the Bay has a hit record. I see what the energy is, which is not something that translates to the East Coast. So y'all, up here.
No, I know. I checks in.
Yeah.
No, I checks in.
I'm sure, but for the lane.
The Russell and Symbol, definitely I checks in.
Russell, Simba, like it's there's spit is
Still some E40. Still some E40.
Yeah,
don't get into
the West
Niners life, by the way. That's right, damn it. Niners life.
So I'm a fan of them both. So I'm with anticipation, like the Michael Jackson gift with the popcorn. I'm looking at both of them, right? And then I have to tip my hat more towards Kendrick because I identify more with Kendrick in terms of the substance of the lyrics.
I'm gonna ask you. I want your dopest transparency right now.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Because I read that it was heavily nominated and was heavily acclimated.
Critical acclaim. Yeah, for sure.
So if I'm assuming that's this year or around this year, if thereof.
Yeah, I dropped it at the top.
Do you feel it could have trumped or beat Killer Mike's Michael?
I think
No.
We're gonna go there. 100%.
Let's go there.
We're gonna be 100%
there.
because Killer Mike, like, I think it was at par. I'm a different artist, right? So what you're listening to for me is different than what you listen to a Killer Mike for. We're very similar in that we two black dudes that speak about socially conscious shit, right? There's that.
Right.
But I'm from uptown New York. I know about Dominicans. I know about, God Body. I know about, there's a different experience altogether, but I think sonically, subject matter wise, it was at par. And it came out this year as opposed to last year, and he won the Grammy for it last year. He dropped earlier year.
Yeah.
And Grammys have a cutoff.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, quote me if I'm wrong, my creators or somebody. Yeah. I believe Grammys they count the album from, if I'm not mistaken, February up until fourth quarter, November, December.
Something that I remember from my previous album called Crowns. I remember it was like September or August, and I was submitting records from that album for consideration for these upcoming Grammys.
Right.
I was in like the second level running, but then it didn't get nominated. But Killer Mike's Michael, easily on album of the year for 2023. My album hit streaming 2024.
Okay.
Right? January 2024, which is technically like the industry is not even like in the building anymore. Right? Which was a great time for me as an independent artist to drop because there's nobody dropping. And people are looking for real hip hop still. Like they're looking so I dropped this album and I wasn't even prepared for the level of response I was gonna get. I didn't even know. I had my kind of press rollout in mind, but a lot of things just happened organically, especially in the UK and in Europe. They received it in a way that I didn't even expect. So I'm waking up in the morning and I'm looking at the mentions and I'm seeing, all these like high ratings for the album. People are following me out of nowhere. The streams is going crazy.